We praise thin women for eating a lot and we're like, whoa, she's so subversive. She's not like the other girls. I love a girl who's not afraid to eat a burger and drink a beer. But then like once that woman is in a larger body, it's like, okay, you should not be eating that much and you should be getting just a salad. Hi everyone, it's Grace, and if it looks like I've been picking at my skin, it's because I've been picking at my skin. Okay, let me find a good place to put you, because this makes me look like I'm like in heaven. Maybe that's fine. Is that fine? Hold on. Okay, we're still a little overexposed, but we're just gonna make it work. I am a girl, I eat a lot, and that's completely fine. And before you think I'm talking like, oh, I eat so much, I'm so crazy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to be like a pick-me or like being like, oh, I'm not like the other girls. What I want to do is normalize women eating a lot, or not even eating a lot, but like eating maybe more than other people, or maybe you are a girl and you eat more than your boyfriend, or I don't know. I just feel like I used to be so ashamed of eating, and that's definitely rooted in, you know, getting made fun of for my body as a kid and like growing up on the chubby side and constantly feeling like there was something wrong with my body and something wrong with me for needing to eat. And I know that like eating in front of people was always really, really hard for me. I think for us girls, and for boys too, but I think especially for women, we're kind of taught to, I mean, we're definitely taught to suppress our appetite and eat as little as possible. And I remember seeing in TV shows and movies, like if there's a dinner table, like, and there's a son and a daughter, the son is always getting like extra food because you need to get big and strong, and then the girl gets like way less food because she needs to stay small and you don't want to get big. Like as a girl, I mean in society in general, like at large, there's this fear of getting bigger, this fear of gaining weight, and it's seen as such a negative thing, but like especially for women. Like I don't know how much more, but I want to be like twofold for women. Also, this is my Miralax that I have to take every day so I can poop. It's unrelated, but I just want you to know what I'm drinking. But anyway, yeah. This notion of like women needing to be small and women needing to kind of control their appetites and never seem too needy and never seem like they're hungry or have any desires or anything. Like women are just so conditioned to kind of stuff our needs down. And I think it's even more so when it comes to food, because there's such a stigma about being a woman who eats, and like a woman who eats a lot. And I had a little dinner get together with some of my friends recently, and both of the other girls had just had the one plate of food and like they were still working on it, and I had already gone back for seconds and thirds. And I remember like I said like, I'm sorry, I'm just so hungry. And then one of my other friends was like, oh no, don't be sorry, like I'm sorry that I'm not eating a lot, I just struggle with spicy food. I just had to take a step back in that moment and be like, this is not who I am, this is not what I stand for, this is actually the opposite of what I think. Like I do not think women or anyone should have to justify how much or how little they eat, and you especially shouldn't be apologizing for it, because there's just nothing wrong with if you're hungry or if you're not hungry. But I think it's a lot easier to be the type of person who eats less than everybody than it is to be the type of person who eats more than everybody. And like I know when I go out with my boyfriend, I always eat more, and I just have a large appetite. And I know that like I was talking about earlier, eating is just so, it used to be so embarrassing for me. It was like I was doing something dirty by eating. It's like I didn't want people to know that I do that. I didn't want people to know that I am a human being who needs food to survive. Like it's just so silly how like the shame and ideas around what a woman should do and what a woman's body should look like and how a woman should always be striving to become smaller. It's crazy what that does to your self-esteem when you're surrounded by those beliefs growing up. And I don't think I broke that pattern until pretty recently. Like, and I know this is kind of all over the place, but I know it's very common for girls to like feel embarrassed eating, especially in front of boys. And so for me, I struggled with that so much. Like if I went on a dinner date or something, I always like would barely eat anything, and it was just so hard for me to be a woman who has a big appetite. And it's also, I want to acknowledge that sometimes like a woman having a big appetite is rewarded. Like if it's a skinny girl and she's eating like a burger and fries, guys are like, oh, I wish every woman was like this, like I love a woman who eats. But then as soon as that woman is like larger, then it's like, never mind, I don't want a woman who eats. We praise thin women for eating a lot, and we're like, whoa, she's so subversive, she's not like the other girls. I love a girl who's not afraid to eat a burger and drink a beer. But then, like, once that woman is in a larger body, it's like, okay, you should not be eating that much, and you should be getting just a salad, and we're gonna make fun of you for eating. And I think that's part of why I struggled as a kid, because I know I'm in like a smaller body now, and I don't face the same stigma that a lot of other people do who are in larger bodies. But as someone who grew up on the chubby side and who got made fun of for my body, that treatment for being a larger size, like, still, it's still internalized a little bit, and you still feel that shame. And so I want to acknowledge that, like, I'm gonna seem like one of the skinny girls who's like, oh, like, I eat a burger and fries, I don't care, I have a big appetite. But I'm making a point that goes much deeper than that. And so I'm gonna hold the camera now, because the sun is coming up, so it's making it like, I know I still experience a lot of privilege for being in a smaller body, and I'm not going to get made fun of for eating in the same way that someone in a larger body might. And so I recognize that that's something that I don't face, and that just because I struggle with these things on the inside, it's a much different and more difficult beast to have it being reinforced by everyone on the outside. I used to be so ashamed of having a big appetite, and now it's something that I'm proud of. I'm proud of it because it's something that I had to work for. I had to recover from eating disorders. I had to heal my relationship with food and my body to get to this point. And now it's like, yeah, fuck yes, I want seconds and thirds, and I want the french fries, and I want, like, you know, all this stuff that for the longest time I didn't let myself have because I was ashamed of eating, and I was scared of what it would do to my body because I believed that gaining weight was the worst thing in the world. And now I know there's so much more to me than what my body looks like. And I really hope that every girl, and every person, but especially every girl, can get over the shame that you have around eating, because there's really nothing wrong with you for being someone who eats a lot, and for being a girl who eats more than her boyfriend, and for being a girl who weighs more than her boyfriend or than her brothers or anything like that. Like, we're so conditioned to, like, be like, oh, you're a girl, you need to stay small, you need to be, and if you're not small, you need to be striving to be small, and you should always eat as little as possible, and you're weird if you're eating more than your boyfriend, or if you're with a bunch of people and no one else has gotten seconds and you're, like, working on thirds. Like, listen, having an appetite is normal, and food is something you need to survive, and there's nothing wrong with you for needing a different amount than someone else. And I think it's easier to find moral value in like eating less than other people, and it feels like there's something wrong about eating more than other people, or eating more than you used to, or eating more than you normally do in a day. But those fluctuations are normal, and however much your body needs to eat to survive and feel healthy and able to function is the right amount of food for you. And that's going to look different from person to person. And I just really hope that everyone can get to the point of being proud of your appetite and proud of your body and proud of your mind for unlearning all these ideas about what it means to be a woman, and rejecting the idea that we need to constantly rejecting the idea that we need to constantly be getting smaller. So yeah, I'm a girl, I eat a lot, and that's completely normal and fine and awesome and really good for me because I love eating. Okay, perfect. Have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed this video.